Good morning and welcome to How to Run Your Business Like a Real Business Masterclass. This presentation is good for ambitious, impact-driven business owners, CEOs, and business managers who desire to run the business like a real business and value their time and have a desire to avoid the stress and costly trial and error trying to figure everything out themselves or burning out along the way. So you can beat the odds and achieve long-term sustainable success and the expanded vision for your business you may not have thought possible in less time with less stress. So you can create the life you dream of and have the impact you desire. So what you'll learn in this next 60-minute masterclass is part one, what it means to run your business like a real business and why it matters. Part two is the hidden gaps most businesses have and how to bridge them. And part three, when to let go of wearing too many hats and hire a business manager. And then part four, we'll look at what to look for in a business manager and what their roles and responsibilities should be. So a little bit about me and my why. I am driven by the desire to make the world a better place. And by helping purpose or impact-driven entrepreneurs achieve their vision, I accomplish my mission. I'm a little bit more about me. I'm a wife. I've been married for 22 years, 23 this year. I'm a mother to an amazing 19-year-old son who I learn from every day. I'm one of 6 kids, and now I'm a great aunt 23 times over. I have a passion for holistic medicine and herbal remedies, and I love being in nature, especially by water. I'm a business consultant and a fractional COO. I'm also a certified professional coach with an emphasis on social and emotional intelligence. And I'm the founder of Soul Tree Operations, a business optimization and management agency. My career spans 30 years. That makes me feel old to say that. But I've worked at a Fortune 500 company, medium-sized companies, tech startups, and I've worked with solopreneurs and startup founders and small team business owners. I've been a COO, an operations manager, sales director, marketing director, account manager, and I was even a bookkeeper in another life. And I've also been a lot of things in between. So I understand the inner workings of a business and what is needed to scale and achieve multiple 6- and 7-figure success. And actually how to run a business like a real business too. That's all part of that. So I've spent the past 20 years utilizing my diverse skill set and fine-tuning my comprehensive and systematic approach to growth. And I use it to guide entrepreneurs across different industries and different stages of growth to scalable and sustainable success. I have an intimate understanding of the path from solopreneur or startup to small team business and beyond. But I'm not alone. I've built a village of experts who can support my clients through their entire business expansion journey, and also helps to them and me to maintain a balance between heart and head. So let me introduce you to some of my Wisdom Warrior partners. We've got Holly B., who's a bookkeeping coach and consultant. Holly K. is a retirement planning expert and strategist. Lisa is a legal love attorney. Laura, brand strategist. Katie, sales coach. Whitney, leadership development coach. Shelley, mindset optimization coach. Anne, burnout prevention coach. Vanessa, psychic intuitive coach. And Orion, passion and purpose alignment coach. I also have a few outsourced services through partnerships that I offer. Corey, media production and video and podcast editing. Caitlin actually manages my online business manager and virtual assistant program. And then Jeffrey and Katie with the launch squad to help you launch any new products, programs, or services. So let's get into the training, shall we? Part one is, why should you run your business like a real business? Well, here's a yucky statistic that none of us like to see, but this is from Forbes. Regarding the small business statistic for 2023. So this is current. So 20% of businesses fail in the first year. 30% in the second year, and 50% by year 5. We do not want to be a statistic. Now, why do they fail? The top 3 reasons are lack of market demand or a disconnect between marketing and the demand. So between your marketing message and what you're putting out there and what the market is actually expecting to hear from you or expecting to hear. Running out of money, poor financial management, or trying to grow too quickly. And then number 3, poor business management, business owner or leader wearing too many hats and not having adequate support, to support their business. So running your business like a real business addresses all of these potential pitfalls and gives you the best chances of beating those odds and achieving long-term sustainable success. And who doesn't want that? That's what we're all striving for. So you might be wondering, how do I run my business like a real business then? And I'm going to show you in a minute. But first, I wanted to explain the importance of running your business like a real business and the impact if you don't. So the challenge is many business owners don't know how to run their business like a real business, and they don't have the bandwidth to figure it out. They're simply used to wearing all the hats and doing everything themselves. They might have a fear of outsourcing. They're not sure who they can trust, and or they just don't know what to keep and what to outsource. That can be a challenge when you're used to doing everything on your own. So they continue to wear all the hats. And the impact of doing that means that things start slipping through the cracks, or they're just not getting done. Business owners and leaders start guessing. They lose the ability to make informed, confident decisions about where to invest and when and how much, which can lead to overspending or underspending. So not having a budget. Business owners sometimes are winging it. Your business is controlling you instead of you controlling it, which prevents you from moving beyond your current state, and it stunts your growth. This leads to a breakdown in business systems like order processing, service or product delivery, customer service, and that leads to a lot of inefficiencies in the business. So you start reacting to your email inbox or other communication tools, just reacting to things that are coming in, the things that are, the most pressing, but that creates a lot of fire drills. That's not a strategic way to run your business, is just reacting versus being proactive. So this puts your business at risk by exposing you to potential legal or financial pitfalls. So this can lead to a reduction, and oftentimes does, I would say usually does, reduction in team member job satisfaction and engagement. And that reduces their productivity and often leads to attrition. They're not happy in the work that they're doing anymore or where they're working, and so they leave. And this can cause the business owner to take on more responsibilities than they even had before and lead to burnout and resentment of their business. And oftentimes they have to take time off to recover from that burnout. So if you have burnout and attrition, it makes it really hard for you or your team to achieve your highest potential and serve your clients in the best way. This reduces the chance of repeat and referral-based business, which are the least expensive client acquisition costs, which have the least expensive client acquisition costs. That means it's the least expensive way to obtain a new client, so you want to have those. It impacts your ability to reach more client and attract higher value clients or support and retain your existing clients. And this jeopardizes your chances of achieving long-term success, first of all, and achieving the life of your dreams and having the impact you desire. And unfortunately, the longer that continues the way, the worse that it gets. So the reality is, there comes a time when the business owner should not be running the day-to-day business. That happens pretty quickly, but they should know what it entails and why it's so important. So that's why I invite business managers and owners and leaders to attend this presentation, because it's important for them. Even though they're going to be outsourcing as soon as possible, they still need to understand what the components are and the importance of it. So let's get to part 2, is how to run your business like a real business. We'll get into the nitty-gritty now. So the essential components of running your business like a real business, these are the foundational blocks of any business, whether you're scaling or not. If you choose not to scale, that's fine, but this is still important for knowing how to run your business like a real business so you can beat those odds and achieve long-term success. So it prevents you from ending up with a business I just described. And you might have some of these in place already, which is awesome, but you'd be surprised how many seven-figure businesses don't have some of these components in place or even know what they are. So it's important to implement them as soon as possible so you can beat those odds and get back to the work or keep doing the work that you love doing. And so you don't end up resenting your business. In this section, I'm going to walk you through each of the essential components, and it's going to help you identify the gaps you might have in your business. So essential component number one is achieving your highest potential as a business owner and as a human. These are the foundational roots because you are your greatest asset. If you're under-resourced and overwhelmed, so is your business. And as your business grows, it'll be essential to prioritize you, your personal growth, and overall well-being so you can achieve your highest potential as a business owner and as a leader. And that includes avoiding burnout, because that's one of the, also another big existential threat to your business is burning out. We don't want that to happen. So how to achieve your highest potential? First, you want to create that self-care routine that you can follow most days so you can protect your greatest asset, which is you. You'll want to understand your personal operating system and what you need to succeed. Learn as much as you can about yourself. What makes you tick? What makes you, what are the happens on those days that you are achieving your highest potential? What are you doing or not doing? And the days that you're maybe not achieving your highest potential or being the best version of yourself, what are you doing and not doing? Pay attention to that so that you can work from your highest potential most days. We're not striving for perfection at all, but it certainly feels better, and it's will allow you to achieve the vision you have for your business if you're achieving your highest potential most days. You'll want to leverage your talents and potentials and outsource the rest and overcome any limiting beliefs that might be holding you back, which is a common challenge for entrepreneurs. This is not an easy, being an entrepreneur is not an easy thing. So the benefits of protecting your greatest asset and achieving your highest potential allows you to expand more gracefully, lead more effectively, attract more abundance into your life, and enjoy more personal fulfillment and job satisfaction. It also allows you to keep up with the demands of your growing business. So let's go into a mental checklist. If you're in my masterclass right now, then you'll have a workbook to refer to. But you can certainly just check these things off in your head to determine and take action on these to determine if you have these things in your business to help you identify the gaps. So what are 3 things you know to be true about your personal operating system that you need to succeed? These can include things like going to bed at a certain time every night, exercising every day, meditating every day, being around certain people, not being around certain people, certain, exercise routines, foods you eat, the clothes you wear, like it could pretty much include anything. So what are 3 things that you know to be true about your personal operating system that you need to do in order to succeed or achieve your highest potential? And then what are the things, what is one thing that you know is not one of your core talents? So one of the things that you're doing right now in your business that you should be outsourcing. Just pick one. I'm sure you have a long list of things that you should be outsourcing, but you can just pick one. And then what is the one limiting belief that you have about yourself or your business that you can reframe into an empowering one? And it could be that I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough knowledge or experience or expertise, and just reframe that into a positive affirmation. I am smart enough, I am good enough, I do have the knowledge and experience that I need to succeed. So just turn the negative into a positive. And then here's the checklist that I was referring to. Just go through this and through your mental checklist if you have these things in your business. To avoid burnout, I have a regular self-care routine I follow most days. Do you? Great. Hopefully you do. I know my talents and potentials, and I'm confident the work I'm doing is in alignment. Do you know your talents and potentials? And are you only doing those things that you are that you should be doing in your business based on your role within the company and the things that bring you the most joy and have the greatest impact. And then I know my limiting beliefs and how to overcome them. Is that true for you? Then check that off your list. I understand my personal operating system and what I need to succeed. And then the bottom level that encompasses all of these things is I am the best version of myself most days and am achieving my highest potential. If you believe that to be true, then you can check that one off. And if you did not check some things off, then you might have some gaps to close. So ask yourself, are you protecting your greatest asset and achieving your highest potential? And as before we move on, I wanted to leave you with this message from Brene Brown. It takes courage to say yes to rest and play in a culture where exhaustion is seen as a status symbol. Okay, let's get on to essential component number 2. We've got a lot of ground to cover, so I'm just going to keep pressing through here. So protecting your assets, financial and legal pitfalls are 2 of the biggest existential threats to your business. So as you grow, so does your exposure to risk. So it's important to get your affairs in order now. So let's talk about how to protect your assets. From the legal protection side, working with an attorney to ensure you, your business, intellectual property, and your team are protected. You want to establish a business entity if you haven't already. You might be surprised, and this is no shame at all, this just happens, but there's a lot of businesses that have been in business for a while that are even achieving 6 and multiple 6 figures that have not established a business entity. So you definitely want to do that. As far as financial protection goes, hire a CPA and a bookkeeper for sure, and open a business bank account and open up a business line of credit or get a business credit card. Neither one of those things affect your personal credit score or your personal credit. So you definitely want to have business bank account, business credit card, business line of credit, and those things. No commingling funds. You don't want to transfer funds from business to personal unless it's, a distribution in your CPA. It proves that. But you don't want to be paying bills out of business and personal, bills out of your personal account and vice versa. You want to keep your business and personal accounts separate. You want to save your receipts and invoices to some kind of document repository like Google Drive. So in case you were to get audited, then you have all of that in order. You'll want to get comfortable investing in yourself and your business every year. And those things can include investing in your business and yourself could mean personal development, professional development, outsourcing, some things, even like cleaning your house or cooking, are considered investments in your business if it allows you to work in your business more. And then your operational infrastructure could be considered an investment as well. So what are the benefits of protecting your assets? Avoiding legal pitfalls, reducing the chances of being audited, giving you peace of mind, protect what you've worked so hard to build. It gives you a plan for retirement. And of course, bottom line for all of these is going to be that you can, stay in business and achieve long-term sustainable success. So let's take action and ask a couple of questions here. Who are 3 experts you should include in your village to help you protect your assets from the previous slides that I just went through? And what will these experts help you implement? What are 3 ways you can invest in yourself this year? Could be personal development, professional development, could be things around the house, could be classes, courses, programs that you want to take, could be health and wellness. So let's look at the component 2 security checklist. And again, if you don't have a workbook in front of you, just check these off, your mental list. Do you have a legal attorney in your village who's helping you protect your business and personal assets so you can avoid legal pitfalls? Do you have a CPA and a bookkeeper in your village to help you protect your business from any financial pitfalls? Are you comfortable investing in yourself and your business every year? And are you confident you're protecting yourself and your business from any legal or financial pitfalls? That's like an all-encompassing check mark. If you didn't check the boxes above, then you won't be able to check that final summary. So reviewing the check boxes and the things that you checked off and didn't, are you protecting yourself and your business from legal and financial pitfalls, or do you still have some gaps to close? Before I move on, I wanted to leave you with this message from the heart. The ultimate secret to success is finding something you're worth fighting for. And that's from Brendan Burchard. Okay, let's move on to number 3, some or finances, how to make informed, confident decisions about your business and where to invest and how much. So the more knowledge you have about your finances, the easier it will be to make informed, confident decisions and avoid costly pitfalls. So how can you make informed, confident decisions? You want to create a financial budget that has income and expenses from the previous year, estimated expenses and income for the upcoming year, and actual income and expenses. And you'll have another column for the difference between the estimates and the actuals. You want to utilize your 3 essential financial statements. You have a daily, have a daily cash flow tracker or statement that includes your bank balance and your daily income and expenses. So you can course correct before it's too late. You'll have to look at your profit and loss statements. You'll get those from your accounting tool. And you'll look at your balance sheet, which is your assets and your liabilities, or what you own and what you owe. You'll want to use all of those tools and review them with your financial team regularly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, for sure. So benefits of making informed, confident decisions. It allows you to identify where to invest in your business and how much. This allows you to course correct before it's too late and avoid financial pitfalls. And of course, it allows you to stay in business, avoid being a statistic, and achieving long-term sustainable success. So let's go through the checklist for component 2. Do you maintain and use a financial budget? Do you regularly review your cash flow, profit and loss statements and balance sheets? Do you regularly meet with your financial team to review these financial statements? And are you able to make informed, confident decisions about when, where, and how much to invest in your business? If you didn't check some of those boxes, then you might not be using your finances to make informed, confident decisions, and that means you have some gaps to close. I leave you with this message from Warren Buffett: the best investment you can make is in yourself. Let's move on to essential component number 4, strategy, taking control of your business. So more often than not, entrepreneurs run their business by reacting to their email inbox or other communication tools. Now we have many. So don't fall into that trap. Take control of your business. Don't let it control you. So how are some ways that you can take control of your business, or what are some ways? Creating a strategic plan using SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. You want to create an action calendar, including the specific tasks you need to do in order to accomplish those goals. And ideally, you're going to put that in a project management tool. You want to measure success across key areas of your business using key performance indicators. So you want to look at your marketing goals and identify, let's say for an event that you went to, how many leads do you want to get from that event? Or how many people do you want to talk to? How many names or email addresses do you want to get? Those would be considered KPIs. You can look at your sales or revenue goal. How much do you want to sell? How much income do you want to generate every day? How many clients, new clients or leads do you want to get every day? All of those are key performance indicators. You can look at your customer service. How many calls or inquiries do you need to respond to, and how quickly do you want to respond to them? So if you're not measuring success in key areas of your business, then you won't know if you're achieving it or not. So it's an important component of taking control of your business. You want to create a consistent brand identity, and brand strategy. So let's go through brand in a little bit more detail, because this is an important one. There are 3 parts to a successful brand. You have the brand itself, brand identity, and the brand strategy. The brand is what makes, or your brand is what makes your company your company. And it's going to attract or detract your ideal client. So it's worth spending some time understanding what they would respond to. It might be necessary to update your brand as your company evolves to make sure that it continues to be in alignment with your vision. So onto the brand identity, it is the visual components of your brand. It supports the intangible part of your brand in a tangible way. It can affect all the senses and be things that people can see, hear, taste, and smell. And it also includes the visual representations of those things like logos, colors, and fonts. Your brand strategy is the plan to create your brand and a brand identity. It includes 3 components: your brand core, your brand positioning, and your brand identity. So what are some of the benefits of being able to take control of your business? It helps you be more strategic and intentional. You know where you're going, how you're going to get there, and when you've arrived. You get out of running your business from your email inbox and constantly managing fire drills. It allows you to stay focused and be consistent. If you're trying to be everyone to everything to everyone, you end up being nothing to no one. And this helps you attract and retain your ideal client. So let's move on to component 3, checklist. Do you have a documented strategic plan, including SMART goals? Do you have an action plan for how to accomplish your SMART goals? Do you review your action plan weekly for accountability and to track progress? Are you measuring success across the key areas of your business? Do you have a consistent brand that accurately reflects you and your business and attracts your soul client? And are you confident you're running your business like a real business? If you didn't check some of those boxes, then you might have some gaps to close. So just keep that in mind. And then on to a message from the heart from Louise Hay. I create my own reality and everyone in it. Let's move on to essential component number 5, which is structure. Optimizing your operational infrastructure. So your operational infrastructure is the hub of your business, and it touches every department in your company. Having a scalable, streamlined, and well-managed operational infrastructure will allow you to maximize efficiency, which will increase productivity and ultimately result in an increase in profits. So how can you optimize your operational infrastructure? You want to streamline your systems, which include things like lead generation, sales conversion, and order fulfillment. You want to automate the workflows within those systems by implementing tools designed to scale. You could go to 7 figures or beyond. You want to create and use your standard operating procedures. Those include naming conventions, procedures, processes, policies. And you want to maintain operational excellence, which I see this one overlooked a lot. You want to make sure that once you optimize and streamline your operational infrastructure, that somebody's ensuring that it remains that way. Otherwise, it will just become a tangled mess again. So benefits of having optimized operational infrastructure include being able to maximize efficiency, increase productivity, and that leads to an improvement in team and client satisfaction, which leads to an increase in profits. So let's look at the checklist for component 4, which is I know what systems I have and they're streamlined. I have implemented scalable tools to automate my workflows. I'm documenting and using standard operating procedures. I have a team member managing my operations and maintaining operational excellence. And then I'm confident I have streamlined my operational infrastructure and it can scale to meet the demands of my growing business. If you didn't check those boxes, then you might have some gaps to close. So let me leave you with a message from the heart from James Wedmore. The more structure you have in your business, the more freedom you get in your life. So let's move on to essential component number 6, which is support. I have the support I need to achieve my vision. So as an entrepreneur, an important component to your success is having the right team to help you achieve your vision. At this stage, you should no longer be doing everything yourself. It's not sustainable. In fact, I would say from the get-go, as soon as you start your business, even as a solopreneur, you should have some kind of support, even if it's a part-time virtual assistant. So your village may include community contractors, employees, coaches, consultants, and partners. And then once you start hiring internal team members, you'll also need to review your leadership skills and your ability to create a culture that motivates and inspires those team members to achieve their highest potential. And now you know how to achieve your highest potential, so you can just teach them how to do it. So your village can include community networks, internal team members, contractors, or employees, and then external team members can include coaches, mentors, consultants. You could have power partners or affiliate partners. Power partners are partners that you partner with. They might even become a part of your programs or services where you have complementary things that you offer and you refer business to each other. An affiliate partner, typically you're reselling somebody else's programs or services and getting a commission on it. So you'll need to focus on retention, and this is typically for internal team members. So and the reason for doing that is you want to avoid the time and expense of rehiring and retraining team members. You want to motivate and inspire your team members to achieve their highest potential and do their best work. You want to maximize job satisfaction and engagement so that you empower your team members to succeed. And then you want to share your vision with them so that they understand, what they're working towards, because they'll be more likely to be engaged and motivated and inspired to do their best work when they understand what the vision is, and they can get excited about it too. So what are some retention strategies, since we don't want to lose team members because it's costly and time consuming to retrain and hire them, or rehire and retrain them? So you'll need to exhibit the traits of an effective leader. And then you'll also need to build a supportive and conscious culture. So let's look at those two things separately. What are some effective leadership traits? You'll want to establish agreements versus expectations. This is the most, I see this cause the most conflict in businesses that I work with, is when a business owner or a leader or the team member has an expectation about the work that they should be doing or not doing. And the other person has a different expectation, so they're not in alignment. So it's really important to get on the same page and document what, for example, the roles and responsibilities are for each team member and get them agree to them. So there isn't any confusion, and then there won't be any conflict. You want to practice active listening. So really paying attention when your team member's talking to you, not interjecting or telling your own story, just listening and reflecting what they're telling you, reflecting back what they're telling you, shows them that you're actively listening. You want to leverage your unique gifts and talents of your team members, just like you want to do for yourself. You don't want to put team members in roles or doing jobs that they're not inspired to do, that aren't in alignment with their own passions and purposes and zones of magic. So, sometimes they have to do things for short periods of time that they might not want to, but I would limit how many things those are and how long they have to do them for, and also have an agreement around that. Providing positive recognition. Who doesn't like that? Everybody loves positive recognition. So making sure that you're recognizing your team members and their contributions on a regular basis. And then conducting regular performance reviews so you can measure success, because how will you know, or how will they know if they've achieved success if nobody has defined what success means? So how to build a supportive, conscious culture. We actually just talked about, this is the whole presentation here. This is the whole thing that I've just gone through, all the components of how to run your business like a real business. Achieving your highest potential as the business owner or the leader. Security, protecting your assets. Making informed, confident decisions about where to invest and how much in your business. Strategy, taking control of your business. Structure, building a streamlined and efficient operational infrastructure. And support, creating a village and a culture that's desired to motivate and inspire your team members to do their best work. so you can retain them. So that is another bonus of running your business like a real business. It helps you build a conscious culture. So the benefits, of building a village, you're not alone anymore. It's hard to be a solopreneur and work on your own. And it reduces the time spent on costly trial and error. It will give you more time for self-care and help you achieve the expanded vision for your business in less time with less stress. So let's go through this final checklist. I'm a member of supportive community of like-hearted entrepreneurs. Are you a member? Sorry, I should state it that way. Are you a member of supportive community? Do you have team members you can outsource tasks and job functions to that are not within your talents and potentials or zone of magic? Do you exhibit the traits of an effective leader? And do you know how to motivate and inspire your team members to achieve their highest potential? Have you created a conscious culture that empowers your team members and sets them up for success? And do you regularly work with a mentor or a coach to hold you accountable to your goals and to your vision? Are you confident you have the right team in place to achieve your vision? So if you didn't check some of those boxes, you might have some gaps to close. Let me leave you with this final message from the heart from Helen Keller. Alone we can do so much, or so little, sorry. Together we can do so much. So let's recap how to run your business like a real business. You want to achieve your highest potential as a business owner and as a leader. You want to protect your assets, your company, and yourself from any legal pitfalls. You want to use your finances and finance management tools and financial statements to make informed, confident decisions about where to invest in your business and how much. You want to identify SMART goals and create an action calendar so you can take control of your business instead of letting it control you. You want to ensure your brand accurately represents you and your business so you can attract and retain your ideal client. You want to optimize your operational infrastructure and maintain operational excellence so you can maximize efficiency and increase productivity. You want to build a village of support, be an effective leader, and create a culture that motivates and inspires your team. So your business will reach a point that you will need to start outsourcing the business management. And again, I would argue that it's basically from when you get started. You need some kind of management support if you want to avoid burnout and achieve long-term sustainable success in your business. So let's get on to part 3 here. When should you outsource? So here's a loose outsourcing schedule. So revenue up to $500,000, virtual assistant and a business manager. As soon as you can hire a business manager, the better. Now, to me, in my experience, and this is loose because the challenge is that a lot of business managers are say they're business managers and then they're not as qualified. They're not very qualified. And then there's some virtual assistants that might be say that they're business managers and they don't have the qualifications. And then business managers sometimes are overqualified and they should be virtual assistants. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry about that. So sometimes virtual assistants and business managers flip-flop those titles. And really, I look at it as a virtual assistant does basic administrative functions, performs basic administrative functions. They don't typically have experience with strategy and structure and systems. They really need to be guided and directed about what to do. Again, this is a very loose generalization, but this is how I set up the structures in my business. A business manager would have more experience than that, more years of experience, more experience with strategy and structure, managing projects, managing people, managing expectations, and less direction. They require less direction and oversight. Then you have the fractional COO who requires really no oversight and is the one that's directing, really managing the entire operations of business once it gets to 500,000 or between 500,000 and $1 million in revenue. And at that point, you should have a fractional COO, business manager, and a virtual assistant. Business managers charge more than virtual assistants. So there's a lot of things that a virtual assistant can do for less money. And so there's like a tiered structure there. You have the fractional COO managing the highest level, the most strategic, of overseeing the operations, and then they're delegating down to the business manager, who then delegates down to the virtual assistant. And once you reach revenue over $1 million, then you probably need a full-time COO. And I would still have a business manager and a virtual assistant as well. That would be my entire operational, not entire, there could be more people, but that would be my core operational team. So what do you want to look for? What would you look for in a business manager? Someone who believes in your vision, someone who shares the same values as you. They have the strengths that you lack, so you're kind of like balance each other out, complement each other. They have the skill set you need based on your vision, experience that you desire. They need to be a good culture fit for sure. Do they have the right personality? And then do you guys have a connection? Because you don't want to work with someone you don't have a connection with. That's super important. So here's a loose description of the owner or the visionary / CEO, if you're at that level and considering yourself a CEO, and the manager, business manager, which could be a COO or a business manager or a virtual assistant, which also is called an integrator. So this is from Rocket Fuel by EOS, just a general overview. So the owner or the visionary creates the vision. They think outside. They're typically optimistic, and they come up with 20 or more new ideas a week. Then you have the manager or the integrator who executes the vision, thinks inside. They're typically more realistic, and they make the best ideas become a reality. So the business manager job description can include things like helping create the strategic plan, which includes the goals, missions, visions, and values. They help execute the strategic plan. They're responsible for the profit and loss statement, so making sure that you stay on budget when you're executing the plan. They manage the day-to-day business operations, and that can include anything and everything. They lead, manage, and hold the team and the business owner actually accountable. They integrate all major operating functions of the business. They build and maintain the operational infrastructure, which includes the systems, tools, and rules. They collaborate regularly with the visionary on all aspects of the business. They're responsible for company-wide communication and making sure that that's clear and consistent across the organization. They're responsible for the team and the team health, and they resolve issues that might come up. So when should you outsource? I would advocate as soon as possible. And again, even if you're a solopreneur or a startup, then you want to have some kind of business management support. And you can always just start with a part-time virtual assistant. So let me sum up this presentation here for you. We went through what it means to run your business like a real business. We identified the gaps you have in your business. We talked about when to outsource your business management. We talked about what to look for in a business manager, what the main business manager roles and responsibilities should be. So if you're ready to close the gaps and run your business like a real business, so you can beat the odds and achieve long-term sustainable success, so you can create the life of your dreams and have the impact you desire, and are interested in learning how Soultree operations can help you achieve your vision, there are 3 ways you can work with us based on your budget and your bandwidth. We have programs and services ranging from $1,000 to $20,000. So those 3 programs and services are a group training and coaching program, private consulting services, and business management support. And then you also have access to 9 Wisdom Warrior partners, the bookkeeping coach, financial strategist, the legal coach, brand strategist, leadership development coach, burnout prevention coach, empowerment coach, the business intuitive, and the path to wealth coach. So the result of working with Soultree Operations will give you a scalable business designed for long-term sustainable success. They'll help you be empowered as the business owner or the leader. They'll give you the confidence you're running your business like a real business. Gives you the ability for the business owner, gives the ability of the business owner or the leader to achieve their vision and focus on the work that brings them the most joy and avoid burnout, which allows you to expand your reach, impact, and profits and achieve your vision. So here are a few clients, happy clients that I've worked with. Here's one from the coaching and consulting space. Lisi's program allowed me to focus on more revenue generating areas of my business, including sales and service delivery. This led to an increase in higher value consulting engagements and profits. I recommend Lisi's services to any entrepreneur motivated to take their business to the next level. Here's a client from the expressive art therapy space. Lisi's expertise in business expansion combined with her supportive presence allowed me to give birth to my biggest achievement in life so far. Lisi helped me expand my business better than what I could have imagined in the first 5 years of my practice. Here's a client in the media, production, and technology space. Lisi and the Soul Tree team helped us build a business framework designed to scale and support our future growth. We now have the business foundations and the team in place to achieve our expansion goals. Lisi is a multi-talented professional who consistently over-delivers. Here's a client in the product space. Lisi's course was an eye-opening experience about what it takes to bring your business to the next level. I felt like I was getting a master's degree in entrepreneurship. I didn't know how small I was thinking until she helped me to think big. So my clients consistently report a clear roadmap to achieve their vision, more joy and fulfillment in their work, improved organization, increased efficiency and productivity, ability to make informed, confident decisions about their business, scalable systems and tools, the ability to attract and maintain or manage higher level engagements, ability to provide a higher level of support to more clients at a time, increased customer satisfaction, repeat business and referrals, empowered, happy, and engaged team members, and an increase in profits, plus long-term sustainable success, right? That's the ultimate goal. So here's a take action bonus that I have today if you're in my masterclass. And if you're interested in achieving the expanded vision for your business you may not have thought possible in less time, with less stress, so you can create the life you dream of, transform more lives, and make the difference in this world. I invite you to book a free discovery call, and if Soul Tree Operations is not the next best step, I definitely can help you figure out who is. So you want to go to this URL in order to schedule a free discovery call with me, and there's no pressure, there's no obligation. I love talking to people and getting to know people, and I'm happy to help you figure out what the next best step is if it's not with me in Soul Tree Operations. So go to go.oncehub.com/discover Soul Tree. And I look forward to helping you achieve your vision.